He's starting to find some opening.
Oh, Giannis! Tough to top that one!
Push my mouth.
The Cleveland Cavaliers win streak is officially over, and it has been taken at the hands of Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek Freak steamrolled Cleveland for 35 points and 18 rebounds, proving to make all the difference from last meeting between these two teams. But what went wrong for the Cavaliers, and how much did we learn from this game? It's obvious that Giannis had his way all night. His scoring and command on the defensive end kept Cleveland from crawling back into the game, but the constant pressure he put on the rim made it easier for everyone else on the Bucks to get going.
Quality here down the stretch of premium importance.
Giannis taking it all the way!
The Cavs defense is shading here, so Giannis probes with a few dribbles and kicks it to the open shooter. And with Jarrett Allen taking on the primary task of guarding Giannis, he was too preoccupied to anchor the rest of the defense. Chris Middleton gets an open layup to start the game because Allen is focused on walling off Giannis from building a head of steam. And well, Allen is doing this for good reason, because Giannis with momentum is a scary thing to see.
Basket going right.
Dame feeding Giannis, who gets his own miss, tips it in, and Giannis has 4 points.
Giannis recorded a triple-double in this game with 10 assists to go along with his 35 points and 18 rebounds, and it's because Cleveland just couldn't guard him one-on-one. This is where someone like Evan Mobley is helpful, because trying to contain Giannis is not a one-man job. As for the offensive end, Cleveland had a difficult time beating Milwaukee's drop coverage. This type of defense made the Bucks one of the most gritty teams in the NBA over recent years, and while they have taken a step back this season, they still have enough defensive pieces to be a very tough team to score on. While the Cavs actually outscored Milwaukee in the paint and scored above their average on the season, Brook Lopez and Giannis did a fantastic job containing the Cavs by playing drop coverage. Cleveland generated clean looks, but you don't want to fall too deep into shooting from the mid-range, which is what the Cavs did. They attempted a ton of shots from this zone and probably settled far more than they should have. Donovan Mitchell in particular attempted only 3 shots in the restricted area compared to 21 field goal attempts from the rest of the floor. Mitchell was 2 of 11 from deep, and these open shots are the difference in the game. The Cavs overall shot just 13 of 38 from downtown, so in addition to settling for too many mid-range floaters, they simply couldn't knock down enough three-pointers to punish Milwaukee's drop coverage. Beating the drop really comes down to making a few shots, like this flurry of threes by Sam Merrill, which led to Milwaukee face guarding him for the rest of the night.
Against Orlando, here he is. With 3 seconds here to shoot, Bobby taps it away. Merrill and the Cavs are in trouble. Air ball.
Had Mitchell or Karis LeVert managed to knock down a few more threes, they might have forced an adjustment from Milwaukee. But unfortunately, it just wasn't their night. This was compounded by the fact that Cleveland struggled to get many stops, because even though the Cavs managed to put together 116 points and went toe-to-toe with Milwaukee in every category, it was their lack of defensive prowess that cost Cleveland this game. The Cavs had held their previous 4 opponents to below 100 points and hadn't given up more than 126 in over a month. This is part of why their offense has looked so juiced recently, because while Cleveland's overall pace hasn't changed much, they are turning stops into easy offense by moving the ball and attacking in semi-transition. Take this play against Orlando, where all 5 Magic players are jogging back after a miss and haven't communicated to find Dean Wade, who promptly knocks down a three-pointer. Opportunities like this emerge when you can get stops, like in Cleveland's near fourth quarter comeback versus the Bucks, grabbing this rebound and pushing the tempo before Lopez can set up shop.
9 shooting from back there. Mitchell drops it off. Allen finishes.
I think you can argue that the Cavs offense has started to shine mainly because their defense is putting them in good positions, but for most of the night against Milwaukee, the Cavs were forced to take on a set defense more often than not that led to Lopez and Giannis sitting comfortably in their drop coverage, while the Cavs failed to make them pay for it this time around.
Giannis, another rebound. He ties his season high with 18. to go with his 35 points, 9 assists. One more for the triple-double. Gets it, Malik Beasley.